Hello, welcome back to my channel after what feels like a very long time, but I know it's only been like a week or two. Since then, I have acquired a house sit in the city in Victoria, which is a really beautiful, beautiful city. It feels very much like a European city, I find, which I love. However, I've been incredibly overstimulated, and all of like the towers and the energies are really intense. So I've pretty much I've been having a hard time with that, a really hard time. And to get in nature, which I am clearly, it's an hour drive to actually get in nature. So today I was desperate and oh my gosh, look how cute these little mushrooms are. Hello. And anyways, I found this trail. It's like rated one of the best hiking trails. It's in Souk, but rated like one of the best hiking trails in the vicinity of Victoria, because I've done some of the closer ones and they ain't it, or all you can hear is highway, and they're packed. And I've been walking I didn't realize how long the trails were. I was like, I don't care, I'm in there for a few hours, it's fine. But you know, I did start at like 3:45, so you know, I should have came earlier, but it wasn't in flow to come earlier. Anyway, so I've been walking oh shit, I stubbed my toe and peeled it like a few days ago climbing a rock wall. And yeah, I stubbed it the same spot again not that long ago. So it's re-bleeding a little bit. Anyways, so I've been in these woods for over 2 hours. It's been taking me a lot longer to get through them. They're just a lot longer trails than I anticipated, which is fine. But definitely the next time I come here, because I will be back for sure, because I've only passed one couple this entire time. It's so quiet and beautiful and you can't hear anything. There's no highways around, like you're in the woods. So that's really felt amazing. But also it's like, you know, I was starting to freak out just a little bit. Not freak out, but being like, uh-oh, you know, it's now 5:30. It gets darker in the woods faster than outside of the woods, obviously, because the trees block the sun and stuff, so it gets darker faster in the woods. And you know, they recommend to not be in the woods at night in the evening, especially when you're in like Bear/Cougar County, which this is. Anyways, it is what it is. I'm here. And yeah, I finally got to like the other map, and I was not where I thought I was. I don't even know how that happened, but it was in a good way, because I was closer than I thought. I still probably have another hour, possibly 2 hours in here, which it's magical. Like, the woods are magical, and you get to so many different little pockets where it's just like, whoa, whoa, whoa. So I'm not mad about that. Oh, my toe is bleeding. But yeah, tiny bit concerned about the timing, that's all, with the time of day. Like, sun is already setting. or like setting for the woods anyways. You get to the beach and it's still, you can see sunset till like 9:30, 10ish. It's like 9:30 the sunset is, like when you're actually like in the city and there's no trees blocking it or anything. That's why I felt pretty confident coming out here, even though it was like later in the day, because I was like, whatever, the sunset's later here, so you know, it'll still be lightish even if I am in there for a while. Anyways, on another note, I haven't had much words I haven't had much to share because I haven't known how to put into words what I'm going through. It's like when you're going through something deep and you're in like the chrysalis, you're in the cocoon, you can't really speak to it until you're on the other side of it usually. But that's what I just naturally end up feeling, and I don't usually speak or share much when I'm in those deep places. There's definitely been a pretty deep level of inner knowing and trust within me, like more than I'm used to. And you know, every time you take a leap and you trust, that it's like a muscle. The trust gets stronger and stronger, and you realize that you could close your eyes and walk, and there'll always be, like, I just keep seeing like that you're walking on thin air. There's nothing around you, and with each step you take, a floor beneath you materializes out of nothing. And it's like you're blindfolded, and you're not even blindfolded. How I see it is like the inner child, you know. Children aren't worried about anything, you know. Most children, if they're in a decent home, and they just play. So I see, and life always takes care of them. They know that they're taken care of by their parents. They know that there's going to be food when they get home. They just play. And that's the invitation I've been getting, is just live, just play, just keep taking the next step, and enjoy your reality, and everything else is unfolding around you for you. So I've been doing my best to do that. I think I hear voices. They're not close by, but I'm like, I have not heard voices the entire time I've been in this forest. It's windy, so you can't really tell. Oh no, there's definitely voices. They do not sound close. Anyways. So yeah, I've just been being called into a deeper level of trust as so much continues to shed. My only choice is to keep surrendering, because I know there's no going back. I can't rush getting... Ow, shit. Sorry. Stubbed my toe. I can't rush getting anywhere because I don't know where I'm going. I get little visions here and there drop in. I get little visions in my dreams, in my meditations, or just when I'm walking, and get these sensations and feelings. But they're gone like a flash. So I know I have a sense of the direction life is leading me. But that doesn't do anything. It gives me a little bit of peace of mind, I guess, of like, okay, I know I just have to keep trusting. You know, I'm getting zero guidance to go back. I'm not getting any signs that I should be doing anything or freaking out. You know, I keep getting just slight little things, like Spirit is dropping in these little things of being like, yep, you can trust. You can trust. You're on the right path. You're on the right path. So other than that, it's like, yeah, I know I'm being guided. I know I can't go back. I know there's literally no pathway to go back. And I just have to keep being present, because there is nothing, I can't think my way out of this. I can't force or rush it. There's literally nothing I can do but trust. I put myself in the position to have to trust. There's literally no other option but to just free fall and surrender over and over and over again. And when my mind gets crazy, I have to keep surrendering it. When stories get loud, sure, I'll spiral in it once in a while. Sure, I'll get sucked into it. But at the end of the day, I have one choice: surrender, trust, keep letting go, keep dropping the stories, keep dropping the fear, keep letting everything wash out. Because the version of me that left Ottawa has to fully die. Or the version of me that I was before I left. All of the old identities, all of the attachments, all of the programming, all of the conditioning that I need to let go of in order to be whoever I am being shaped into. Which some days I feel like I know, and other days I'm like, I have no clue. I have no clue. And I can't pretend that I do. Some days I feel like I do, but like, nah, man, I don't know. There's that knowing within me. I know the God source I am presence within me knows. But Alyssa, the character, she don't know. And that makes her uncomfortable. I know the maximum of stability and knowing that I have right now in my life is that I'm cat sitting for 2 more weeks. I'm in Victoria for 2 more weeks. After that, I have no clue. Looking for a house, looking for an apartment, it doesn't even feel like a thing to put my attention on. I'm open, but from what I can feel energetically, I'm being guided to not be exerting all this energy into looking. I keep getting guided to let it unfold. I'm like, let it unfold? What? Just let it unfold? Do nothing when I don't have a place to go in 2 weeks and it's too cold for camping, and like, and then it's like, yeah, that's a lot. Breathe through it. That's what I've been doing. It's like, I don't know. But I do know that right now, I'm okay. Right now, I have food, I have my car, I have a place to sleep, and I don't need to think about anything even after 2 weeks. It's all just going to unfold. Just like, I was freaking out being camping that long. Like, I love camping, love being in the woods, but it was different. When you're camping for pleasure, for joy, just because you want to be in nature and you have a home to return to or a plan afterwards, that's a totally different experience than camping because you don't know where you're going next, and because you came here to find a home and you haven't found a home yet, and you're just following your inner guidance, and now you've been camping for 2 months and you're like, okay, been 2 months now, gosh, God, what now? What you doing with me, mama? But I know she's slowing me down, like really slowing me down, so that I can shed all of these layers that are shedding. Because the shedding is intense, like the most intense shedding of my life. Like, I can't grasp at anything, otherwise I spiral into what it feels like psychosis. It's like, no, you have to just keep letting go, keep letting go, keep letting go. Because my reality is so multi-dimensional, and I'm shifting through so many different realities and timelines. and so many different, just so multi-dimensional. You know, there's one moment that I feel like I'm in heaven, and I'm like, oh, we're already home. We're already living in heaven. Heaven is on earth. Heaven is a place on earth. And I'm embodying that. You know, in this moment, I know it. But am I embodying it? No, it's like this shifting through. And then the next moment, I'm childhood stuff that hasn't been fully processed comes to the surface. Old trauma is coming up to be released. And I'm like angry. And I'm in that separation of like seeing the other person as the other. But I'm being angry at my abusers, the people that have hurt me the most in life. And then allowing myself to be in that story so that I can process that story to release it. And then also popping out of it at times, being like, okay, none of this is real. Like, everything is God. Everything is pure I am presence. But also being in awareness of the character of Alyssa processing this thing. So it's been really multidimensional. It's been cosmic and very humbling and human in the way of sometimes it's so whoa, like mind-blowingly cosmic and multidimensional, and sometimes it's so grounded and just human, you know, a human going through a journey, processing a fucked up life, and not kidding herself anymore about not trying to sugarcoat it for the benefit of others, because I'm terrified that if the people that I am processing this pain around, the people that have hurt me the most in life, hear me speak about it, because they've also created they've guilted me and shamed me to not ever speak about it, to pretend that they were better to me than they were. And I'm just like, you know, the human, you know, that's part of the process I'm going through, is like, fuck no. You were a shitty person. You were a shitty person to me. And I'm no longer going to hold up these fake walls around you and try to help you pretend to the world that you were better than you were, because you weren't. So it's just like giving that part of me, the little girl that went through what no child should ever have to go through, I'm giving her permission to feel all the emotions for the first time, fully. You know, I've felt a lot of the trauma and the emotions and all of the things that come with it for years now. But now it's like the final showdown where it's like, oh, we're getting to the bottom of the barrel. And this requires radical honesty with myself and with others. Like, no, that was abusive. No, that wasn't okay. And yes, I'm allowed to be angry about it. That doesn't mean I don't love. That doesn't mean I don't forgive. I can still love someone and be angry at them. I can still love someone and hold them accountable for the shit that they did. Loving doesn't mean turning a blind eye. Loving doesn't mean pretending that they were better than they were and allowing them to gaslight you. No. I spent my whole life being gaslit. No. So there's that shift of like going into allowing myself to feel all of the emotions fully, to see it all for what it is, instead of even allowing myself to be gaslit or gaslighting myself, or allowing my deep capacity for love, because I do love everyone. I love so deeply, and that love has made me allow people to diminish my experience, to allow my abusers to pretend that it never happened to my face, deny things to my face, and me loving them so much anyways, being like, whatever, I know what happened, I know it's true, I love you, even though you, with all of your flaws, with all of your things, just because that is the capacity that I've always had to love, but more and more so, that my capacity to love unconditionally has grown as I've learned to love myself unconditionally more and more. So that's been a big process, a lot around my family, a lot around truth, something I wrote on a paper that sits on my altar every day Whether I'm in my tent or my car or wherever I am, I put it on my altar every day because it came through in a meditation. And just as the truth will set you free. Like, what is the truth? What is the truth? I'm no longer willing to settle for less than that. Nah, I'm here to embody the truth in all the ways. I'm here to cut through the lies in all the ways. I'm here to speak up. And the truth sometimes is uncomfortable. Sometimes it rocks the boat. But I'm not going to turn a blind eye anymore. In the name of love. That's not love. Love, God is love. God is truth. Love is truth. That's what we're here for. That's what we're here to embody. That's my calling. That's my purpose. That's our purpose, is to embody our truth. To embody the truth. So there's just deeper levels of truth arising within me as I shed more layers of conditioning, of programming, of fear, of shame. The fear of not being loved anymore is just like leaving. It's like just being eradicated. The fear of not speaking up and not telling the truth because I'm afraid that family members are going to reject me. And like, most of them rejected the real me my whole life. Was any of it ever really love? No, it was conditional. All of it was conditional. Like, who actually loves me? Who actually likes me? Because family members, sure, could have love for you. Conditional love for you. They'd care if you died, whatever. They may love you, but do they like you? Do they want you around, actually? Or are they just putting up with you? Are they talking behind your back? Like, who actually in your life truly loves you, truly cares about you, truly wants the best for you, truly is supporting you, truly just likes you as a human? And I'm just realizing, oh, I don't think I have any people, like, I don't think there's a lot of people in my life that actually like me. They've kept me around because I would pour into them endlessly, out of obligation or because it's family or whatever. But like, actually, who actually liked me? So I'm just like sitting with that and and no longer willing, like really seeing all of my people pleasing, which is, a form of manipulation. It is. You're changing, you're trying to fit into someone else's, you're manipulating to get love, to get acceptance. It's not your full truth, people pleasing. And, I've been working on that for years, but I'm like really seeing it now as it's shedding and letting go. I'm like, oh, there you are. I see you fully now. Let's shed that skin. I'm not here to be liked. I like me more and more. I'm just falling in love with myself, with my own life, with my own personality. Being like, yo, I'm a dope person. I'm a super duper loving person. I freaking pour devotionally into the people in my life when there's people in my life. I love unconditionally. And for so many years with so many people, I've kept holding that unconditional love while they took and took and took, or backstabbed and backstabbed. And I saw it all, and I stood there and took it and kept loving them in the name of love. Until I started to see it for what it was. Started to see the truth. It was self-sacrifice. It was self-abandonment. That yes, we're here to love each other. But if you're not loving yourself, if you're self-abandoning or self-sacrificing, if loving someone else means hurting you, then you're hurting the whole, because it's all you. So in this season of my life, I feel hardcore, radical truth and accountability for how I feel in my own life and my own decisions and how people treat me. Because at the end of the day, I'm the adult, you know? I'm not a child anymore. I'm the adult that allows people to treat me a certain way. And I can say no, and I can push them out. I can say, okay, you don't have access to me anymore. I get to be that person for myself. I get to be the safe place for the child within me that never had a safe place, that never had someone to protect her, to love her, to hold her, I get to be that for myself now. And there's just been like this new awareness of like, oh, I have me now. I don't need to fear. I have me, and I know God has me. I know the Divine Mother is guiding me, and I know she's holding me through everything. And I'm okay with that. Obviously, nobody wants to spend their whole lives in solitude and alone forever. I want friends, I want connection, I want community. I want partnership. I want children one day. But will I sacrifice for it? Will I compromise for it? Will I settle for it? Will I hurt myself for it in any way? No. Because I am the expression of the Divine Mother. And my responsibility is to love myself as her, as God. And I don't care anymore what people think about that. I don't care if my family thinks I'm crazy for that. I don't care if they call me all kinds of names and shun me and act like I don't exist when I walk in the room. I just don't care anymore. Some of the people that have hurt me the most in my life, who I've forgiven over and over again, and still show up for them unconditionally and loving, have been the most judgmental ones, and the ones who've prosecuted me just for talking about God the way that I do, for seeing life the way that I do, and for expressing myself the way that I do, which is always loving. And I kept showing up in love. And I know that's what we're here to do, to embody that. To embody the love of God, which is unconditional. But again, that doesn't mean allowing yourself to be abused. That doesn't mean self-sacrificing, self-abandoning, and compromising yourself, your safety, your values, your truth. No, man. This season, we are calling people up. We are calling ourselves up. Step up or step aside. That came through in a ceremony last summer I was doing. And the message came through me, step up and step aside. Or step aside. It was the Divine Mother through me, as me, calling up the people in my life. More so, it was the men in my life. Being like, step up or step aside. Because there is a line of people that are willing to step up. There's so many people out there in this world that would be beyond ecstatic just to be in your presence, to love you, to be your friend, to just talk to you, that will see your value, that won't take from you, that just want to pour into you. Why are you settling for crumbs when you deserve the whole damn cake? And I'm just angry because I see how my whole life I've settled for abuse because I thought that's all that I deserved, because it's all I knew growing up was abuse. And then I pretended it wasn't as bad as it was because I didn't want my abusers to be hurt. I didn't want them to have to carry that guilt. Yet they continued to guilt and shame me so that I would never speak of it. So that I would hold this fake wall up to protect their reputation. That was fake, that everyone saw through anyways. People aren't dumb. So I've just been like really seeing my value, really seeing my worth. And showing up for myself the best that I can, loving myself as my lover, as the love of my life. Because it's not until you love yourself the way that you want to be loved by others that people will start to show up in your life that mirror that type of love. It starts with you. And every time I attract someone else into my reality, in whatever form, I'm like, oh, okay, I can clearly see where I'm at on my path by the reflection. What they're showing me, what they're reflecting back to me. And then I'm like, hey, I know where the work is. Thank you. Bye. Or if it's not a toxic connection, you work with each other to purify yourselves. Ram Dass talks about this a lot, where it's enlightenment, whatever you want to call it, purification through relationship, whether that be a friend, whatever, where there's no abuse happening or anything bad happening. You're both aware of your shit. You're reflecting things back at each other, obviously, naturally, as we do. And you're working through what comes up. That's rare. To find people to find people that can take full accountability for their own triggers, their own shit, and to work through with what comes up between you from a place of non-attachment and non-judgment, and be like, okay, this is the thing that we're, in a more matter-of-factly way. Being like, okay, this is the thing that our souls are working through together right now. It's all in the name of love. It's all for us to purify, to not take it so personal, and to like you and them together on the same team working through this thing that got triggered between you. That's where it's at. That's where the potential and the purpose of connection is, for us to grow and heal together. But there's a lot of people running from themselves and not wanting to look at themselves. So you reflect something at them. Your light reflects a shadow in them. And then they project that shadow back at you because they don't want to take accountability for it. They don't want to look at it. Or there's... That squirrel was making weird sounds and I was like, what is it? Or they just downright playing games. They know the multidimensional of this reality. They know enough. They have enough spiritual knowledge and wisdom and feel energies enough that they just fuck around and play with people, mess with people, siphon people's energy consciously. There's angels among us, then there's dark angels among us. It's all God. It's all the divine playing different roles, all in the name of awakening us, teaching us how to have better boundaries, deeper trust in ourselves, whatever lessons we need, whatever we need to learn. The medicine is always around us. The curriculum is always whatever is current in our lives in the now moment. You always have everything you need for this level of the game that you're at. To observe it and not get too lost in it. And dang, that is tricky. And yeah, I'm learning how to observe my reality that could be potentially and sometimes in moments pointing me that I should be freaking out. But it's an invitation and a training grounds for me. Life is a training ground. That's it. It's just training. This reality that I'm currently living now, this 4 hours in the woods, is exactly what I needed today. Even though I didn't plan on being this long, the time in the city, the 2 hours camping, the random people that I met that were medicine to me. Oh shoot. I found this feather. And once again, you guys are going to be part of my peeing video because it just comes on so fast sometimes. Probably because I was talking, I wasn't really paying attention to what was happening in my body. And now it's just like, you have to pee now or you're going to pee your pants. I'm like, okay. I really hope this leaf is a soft leaf. I don't know if I can get in trouble on YouTube for peeing in the woods somewhat on camera. Anyways, yo, the sun is going down. Anyways, so reality has been beautiful, wild medicine. It's always perfect, even when I'm freaking out, even when I'm really lost in it, really believing the illusion, you know, thinking the illusion is real. And other times I pop out and I'm like, yeah, everything's fine. Yeah, I just feel like there's moments where I'm like, I am the joke. And then there's moments I'm part of the joke, you know? Sometimes I'm the one being laughed at, and sometimes I'm the one laughing at myself, at this reality, at life as it is in each moment. Anyways. And then simultaneously, everything that I'm going through is triggering a lot. Safety, groundedness, nervous system dysregulation, all of these other things in my life that it's poking at for me to deal with on top of that. Learning how to feel safe in my body, even when my whole world is just like spinning and I have no idea what's happening, and learning how to be grounded, safe place in my body, and be grounded wherever I go, wherever I am, just being a safe, grounded place for myself, regardless of what's happening in my external reality. So I'm really deeply learning safety on a whole other level. Like, there's no way I would have done this. Even 6 months ago, there's no way I would have done this. Like, just how rapidly so much has shifted and released, where it's like, yo, I'm walking in Cougar. If you guys have been watching my videos, you know how kind of freaked out I was, even on tiny little trails close to towns. And now I'm like in the deep of Cougar County, whatever. And I just dove in, barefooted, on a 4-hour hike, alone, and I feel safe. You know, there's moments where big sounds happen and I'm like, what is that? But at the end of the day, like, I know it's all Ma. Respect nature and nature respects you. We are creating this reality. Just trusting life, trusting myself. So, yeah, lots shifting, like rapidly. It's crazy. And also, I know I said this already, but I'm going to wrap it up soon. Like, I don't even know if I'm meant to stay here. I don't even know if I'll find a home here. I don't know where I'll go next. I literally don't know what the next steps are. But I know that all I have to do is be present, and the next step will present itself. Just like just like walking. It's one step in front of the other. I don't know what's around that bend. I'm going to find out when I get there. I don't know what's down the hill. I'm going to find out when I get there. I don't even know if there's a hill. I'm going to find out when I get there. And that's life lately. It's like, I don't know what's going to happen after this house sit. I'm going to find out. I'll find out when I need to know. And that's the, part of the guidance I've been getting as well. It's like, everything you need to know, you'll know when you need to know it. Every step you need to take, you'll know you need to take it when you need to take it. Just like this house sit, it showed up in my reality randomly, and someone took it. She accepted someone else. I was like, cool. I didn't have any attachment to it. It was in the city, so I was like, I didn't feel super called to be in the city, but I was like, 2.5 weeks house sit with a cat that super chill. I love cats. Nice, cute little apartment. Get to explore Victoria. If it aligns, cool, sure. If not, probably happier in the woods. But, you know, not sleeping in a tent could be nice. Not paying for camping every night would be nice. And I just had that level of non-attachment. And then the person, you know, backed out, and she reached out again and was like, are you still interested? And right away, my body was like, yep, I just knew. And here I am, half a week or almost a week into it, and I'm just trusting. Even though it came with a lot of discomforts, doesn't mean it wasn't the right choice. Camping for 2 months, I knew I was meant to stay there as long as I did because I was trusting every day. But it wasn't comfortable. Not knowing what I was going to do next wasn't comfortable. Sleeping in a tent throughout the cold and all of the rainy days was not comfortable. Sure, I loved the nature parts of it, but if you ever camped, or if you haven't, like 2 months in a tent is not ideal. Especially when the weather is cold and rainy. Like, what do you do when it's rainy and you're camping? You're freezing in your damp tent, or you're sitting in your car, or you're paying $8 for a coffee just to sit in a cafe, a drink that hurts your stomach, whatever it is on their menu. None of it agrees with me. I'm like, hey, I was a little bit over that reality. Even though I'm like desperately missing the nature and literally waking up in a tent, rolling out of my tent and walking down to the river and then just being at the river all day. That was epic. So like loving this, like focusing on the parts that are amazing the best I can without getting sucked into the parts that I'm not enjoying. Like the stimulation of the city is really strong and I'm having a hard time with it. But I'm doing my best to focus on, okay, I'm literally in one of the most beautiful cities in Canada, I think. I feel definitely the most sought after city in BC, in all of BC for sure. People come from all over the world to live here, to explore here. And I get to be here for almost 3 weeks for free. While having an awesome cat to snuggle. For free. And I'm a 10-minute walk to downtown. Like a 20-minute walk to, I can walk in so many different directions and get a different beach. Like, and beautiful parks, and, I don't even have to drive my car. I can just walk everywhere. So, and yes, there's been days where I just shut the blinds and put earbuds in and stayed inside all day because the stimulation is so much that my nervous system is so dysregulated that I want to cry into a pillow all day. But focusing on the positives and knowing that I'm just alchemating, my nervous system wouldn't be, there's also so much, the nervous system is having a hard time, not just because of the stimulation of the city. It's a combination of the fact that I'm very uprooted right now, and then also nature grounds me. I'm a very floaty person to begin with, so I require a lot of grounding. I'm always up in the clouds, feeling all the magic that there is to be felt. So nature is key for me, a lot of nature time, a lot of solitude time, and also to not get caught up in so many energies. I walk down the street and there's obviously, your energy field's pretty massive. So you walk down the street and so many people are walking through your energetic field. And then I come home and I'm feeling all of these energies and I'm just oh my God, what is this? And there's so many things to just drop at the end of the day. And then it's it can be hard to decipher, okay, what thoughts are yours? What energies are yours? And there's just another feather. There's been a lot of feathers today. They remind me of my brother, so I always pick them up. He's dropping in to say hello. Maybe. I don't know. Anyways. Not to say that, oh, there's another feather. Not to say that I haven't experienced, I'm loving the confidence I am cultivating, like this next level of confidence just in myself, in doing life alone. Like, you know, I'm not, you know, I've had no issue like taking myself out to dinners and stuff like that for years now, but like now it's like, yeah, there's just a whole nother level of confidence to that, of like feeling good to just exist in the world as my own person. But a twig just went right into my raw peeled toe skin. Anyways, not to say that I don't have my moments of feeling lonely, of missing connection with like another person. But, you know, there's some days that are like, there'll be a massive synchronicity in my life and I meet someone and I have an epic conversation, and, you know, I just trust. I know when I'm meant to be more in connection with people, I will be. And right now this is happening. And when it's not meant to happen anymore, it's not going to happen anymore. Right now I'm being called deeply into shedding solitude, enough solitude that I can feel what's mine and what's not, so I can let what is not mine die for good. We got another trail sign here. I think I'm going to end it at that, because it's, you know, if you guys made it to 46 minutes of my video and you're still watching it, kudos to you. Thank you. But I'm going to let you go now, because I'm going to look at my phone at a compass. I'm learning how to use a compass. Not that it's that hard, just so I can figure out what way to go, because it's a little confusing. Anyways, if you see this video, I made it out alive. If not, whoever gets my phone will see this video and have an interesting video to watch as my last words on this earth. Anyways, bye. I love you.